Hey guys, welcome to class. I'm so glad you're here to join me for Math with Miss H. And I'm covering a wide range of topics, early math, middle math, upper math. I'll get there. I'm still very new and I haven't perfected my videoing as yet, but I'm getting there. So for last week we started and we're still on calculating measurements. We did perimeter. Look around, you may find something. I did finding the area. And today I'm focused on finding or calculating the volume of a solid rectangular shape. And by solid, I mean it's 3D. It's not a flat rectangle. So this is considered a solid shape, like a cube and a cone, those sort of things. This is a solid. And to find the volume of a solid, we're talking about the measure inside the shape. On the inside, pretend this is a box and the measure on the inside of this shape. Right, I was going to say rectangular shape. So in order to find the volume, try to use your imagination a little with me. The space inside. Some people can fill a rectangular shape like this with a bunch of cubes. Those little cubes, those 1 unit cubes, and they can figure out the volume by the cubes. How many cubes can you fit? How many unit of cubes can you fit in this space? Or, like I like to use the shortcut, why don't I just use the formula? In order to figure out how much this space is on the inside, how many cubes could fill this space, you multiply the length times the width times the height. I wrote out some of it, but the next one I'll do from scratch. I look at my length. My box is 9 feet long. That's a big box. 9 feet. That's way taller than me. My height, 7 feet high. It's as tall as a basketball player. Maybe even taller. This is a big box. What could possibly be in there? And then the width, though, strangely enough, is only 2 feet wide. So that's not very big. 2 feet wide. So I plug it in. Volume equals 9 times 2 times the height. So I did the math. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 times 7 gives you 126. Or you can actually do it. You put your 18, you multiply it by 7. 8 times 7 is 56. You bring your 5 over. 7 times 1 is 7, plus the 5 is 12. So the volume of this shape, this rectangular solid shape, is 126. I'm going to put my cubic feet because you got to put the units. And we're talking about feet right now. If these were inches, I'd put cubic inches. If these were yards, I'd put cubic yards. Don't forget your units. Let's try another one. I have my ugly little eraser cloth. My kids are like, why don't you go buy a real eraser? And I say, I'm going to. So this one you're going to do with me. We could try it together. You know how to draw a box. You make one box first. And then you impose another box on it. You can make them long. You can make them tall. You can make them any which way. You close up the ends. And you have a solid cube or a solid rectangular figure. This looks more like a cube, but it may not be. So I'm going to put the height. I'm going to say 5 feet. All right. For the width, I'm going to say 4 feet. It's a little smaller than how wide it is. All right, actually the width is around the side. Let me fix that. It's the side of the box. 4 feet. You got to watch it. These things very tricky with the eyes. And I'm going to say how long. I'll just say 3 feet. Actually, it doesn't matter when you put the formula, length times width times height. Sometimes if you put the wrong feet or the wrong side, like let's say you put the length to be 5 and the width to be something else, you're still basically going to get the same answer, but you want to stay as close to the real measurements as possible. Let's say the length is 3. That's how long it is. The width is 4. That's how wide it is. And how tall it is 5. You do the math. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 5 equals 60 cubic feet. That is the volume, the space that's filled up inside, the whole thing. All right, I think you're getting the gist. We'll try one last volume. Let me get my little eraser again. I hope you guys are giving me a like. I hope you guys are subscribing. Just following for the sake of following. It's not an elaborate video. But if you need to brush up on your basic math, you can follow. Because eventually I'm going to have lots of topics here. All right, let's do one more. Maybe I try my shape a little more flat, maybe. Sometimes maybe something like this. I'm not good at these shapes either. See, it's a different shape box. It's a little bit more taller than it is wider. All right, so for wide, we'll say it's only 2 inches. It's tiny for wide. For long, I'm going to say 7 inches because that's a little long. And then it's super tall. I'll give it an extra inch, 8 inches. All righty. So again, we're doing length times width times height. Don't forget the formula. As soon as you hear the word volume, rectangular, solid, because volume for other shapes may have a different formula. Keep that in mind. So for my height is 8. For my width is 2. And for how long I stretched it out is 7. Okay? So you're going to multiply for your volume. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 times 8. If you're not sure, do the math. 4 times 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 3 times 1 is 3. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 3 is 11. So 1, 1, 2. I'm using the units. Cubic inches. Okay, don't make any mistakes with your calculations. That's always possible. So the volume, the space inside this rectangular box shape is 112 cubic inches. And that's your volume. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please come back for more. Please check my page and watch a few more. Please give me some likes. And please comment if you have a topic that you might want me to shed some light on. Lovely.